This video is what I like to call a modified pigeon. It allows you to get a little bit more hip flexion with the combination of external rotation. And this can be particularly useful if you are missing those motions and are unable to actually achieve the actual piriformis stretch, which would often be happening here. They call it the figure 4 stretch, often because of the fact that you wouldn't be able to get your knee up that high or rotate your hip as much. So this is how you're going to do it. You are actually going to be focusing on working on your knees. So we're gonna get into a relative modified pigeon stretch where you're gonna be on your hands and knees. And now, when you're in this position, you wanna make sure that you are not rounding your back, because when you in fact round your back, you lose the opportunity to address hip flexion. Once we get into this position, what you're going to do with this leg that you are gonna be stretching is that you're gonna turn your foot in and you're gonna put your other knee behind. And if you look at me from the side, this is what it's going to be looking like. Now, depending on what you have available, your foot might be a little bit more perpendicular to you, or it might be a little bit more turned, and that's totally fine. It doesn't matter as long as you focus on hip rotation. Now, once you get into this position, right now there is going to be an angle in which your hip is forming. It's going to be kind of not straight to the side, not straight back, more of a 50-50. From here, I'm going to move my hand over. You're going to think about sending your hip back, but then also towards the side as well. If you look at me from the front, I'm going back, but then also towards the side as well. And as you can see, I'm blocking my knee, allowing my hip to actually stretch. And I'm kind of as if I'm kind of closing the car door out with my side. And if you look at me from the side, as I shift my hip back, I'm still maintaining the position of my spine. And again, I'm going to be driving out. And again, this is going to be a matter of focusing on addressing external rotation as well as flexion of the hip. I usually recommend 10 to 15 pulses per side.